We've got a guest in the studio who's a longtime listener, Trey Wyatt, and Trey brought. It's amazing, guys. Trey has his own board game that he created. Yes, this is like a Monopoly level. Get it right to that mic, Trey, and it's called Fossil Find, and it actually was picked up by Associated Press about you launching this thing, and it's like $40 just to buy it, and then $20 to ship it. It's legit. It's heavy. Yeah, it's heavy.
What's the story?
Congratulations, man!
I can tell you right now, it was not made cheaply. It's nice looking.
So, what's the scoop on it?
Well, to begin with, I was messing around with different board games, trying to figure out what to do. But dominoes, there's not a board game with dominoes, and I was told I could not do it. Took me 3 months, and now 8 years later.
So it took you 8 years to put it together.
To pull money and everything together to get to where I am.
And the basic premise of for those, I mean, it is a heavy. It probably weighs 5 pounds. Yeah. What's the premise of the game?
You basically score like Yahtzee, poker.
Okay.
A straight, full house, 5 of a kind, and it's just to keep you busy. You're adding, subtracting, and it's just basically just to have fun. I mean, just a different way to play dominoes. Everybody is stacking.
It's a domino base. Did you guys ever play dominoes, Joe?
Really.
I didn't either. Did you?
I did a little bit.
We call it playing bones.
Yeah. Matty T called it playing bones.
Yes,
that's right.
What the kids
in the industry, that's what they call it.
So that's how I came up with the name. You call them bones.
Oh, fossils. Did you get that, Matty T?
I honestly, I want to pretend like I did. I did not get that until
I want to say I did too.
Well, that's
I was actually going to say it was my idea.
I came up with this 12 years ago.
That's right.
We'll visit more with Trey about that because it's really cool. And he brought breakfast this morning, too.
Yeah, we played dominoes.
Fossil Find is the name of the game. The website is fossilfindgame.com.
Yep.
Now,
where can you find the game, first of all, now, because Toys R Us is gone?
Online at the website.
That's right. Fossilfindgame.com. So it won't be any stores. You have
there's a few places in Pine Bluff I have them on consignment.
There's no toy stores anymore.
Yeah, no.
So where do you find toys at Walmart? I guess that's about it, right?
Walmart, Target.
Yeah.
Well, you get this in Walmart, then you'll be flying that G.
Okay, let me ask you this: what game did you play as a young kid that you remember that was your favorite?
Bowl Bound.
Bowl? I've never heard of that.
Football game.
It's
nice game.
Is it really? I've never heard of that.
So it was awesome.
What about you, Jocko?
I think I was pretty simple. I did checkers.
Checkers, okay.
We did Monopoly too.
Monopoly, obviously. I'll tell you what.
You did. It's the same with me, Joe, because we had big families. So board games.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have videos and things like that. So everybody could play. Sorry, we played Sorry.
I remember Sorry.
And Monopoly.
Backgammon.
Backgammon.
Yeah, I never learned. I was on the other side of checkers, man. I never made it that far.
So yours was what you
played Sorry and Monopoly and Yahtzee.
Well, listen, I love Yahtzee. I love Yahtzee. What about you, Matty T? Did you have you're a little bit younger than us.
Oh, I was a Candyland guy.
Candyland.
Shoot your ladders. Shoot your ladders.
I did Candyland with my kids.
All right, sure. Trey. What about you? You obviously you've made a board game. What was your favorite growing up?
Clue.
Clue. I remember Clue.
We did Strip Clue. We just play Strip Clue.
Let me tell you another one that was good. Watch this.
Yeah, it was wild. It was really, you should see my grandmother.
Starts with a B. Starts with a B.
Baccarat.
Think of war.
Battleship.
Battleship. Remember Battleship? E4.
You shot my battleship.
Yeah, and then what was the other? There was one or two. Oh, I know. Here's another one. Remember, be careful. Be careful.
Take out wrenched ankle.
That's it. That was Operation. Remember that? If you touch the side of it, that was really advanced.
Nose lights up.
Yes.
Yes. And it had a battery. You put your tongue between it.
What was there a war game? Risk?
I'm glad I'm not the only one that did that.
Oh, Risk.
Was there a game named
Remember
Risk?
That's too deep. Too complicated.
I remember my brothers used to play it, and I would be like.
Was that the Seinfeld one?
Risk. Yeah, I don't know. It was a war game.
Yeah.
What about what is the great boxing game?
I had that one.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, that was a brutal game. Very violent.
At Dave & Buster's, they have a full version.
Yes, I saw it.
With
full size.
characters.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Really, you push with buttons?
Yeah,
just like
if you hit the guy under the jaw, his
zip.
Yeah, that was
red and blue.
But Trey is one of our faithful listeners. Fossilfindgame.com is the name of the game, and it took him 8 years to do, and it's a form of dominoes. I never when you were playing for the Razorbacks, did you play a game? Did you have any games? Did you play poker in the dorm or anything like that?
Just quarters.
Just quarters, right?
That was before Paul. Hey, here's one for you going back on those games. Terry Aiken brings something up. When I was a kid, action figures were big. He says
Right.
G.I. Joe. So we had big G.I. Joe. I had a Custer and Geronimo figures.
I had that.
A Big Jim,
Hey,
$6
Roger,
million man.
When you were a
You
kid,
had
what
those?
did
I
a
did
G.I.
too.
Joe looked like? It was like the size of
12
like
inches.
a Barbie doll.
12
I
inches,
mean,
exactly.
So
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
was a kid,
Yeah.
I knew G.I. Joes as these little
Ridiculous.
plastic. So they were
Ridiculous.
very
No,
different.
it was
But
Ken.
to me, that's
Yeah.
It was
G.I.
Ken
Joe.
in the army
It was
suit.
Ken Armstead. Well, guess what?
He had real
Jim.
hair though too.
Look, where they had Big Jim. Big Jim was a dude that you put that little band around his arm, and when you moved his arm, it would pop
got
it
bigger.
off, and he wore terry cloth shorts. Now, his buddy, Big Josh, was Big Jim, just with a beard.
Let me tell you, when this
And he
country,
wore flannel.
when this country was
Nothing
great,
suspicious about
You're
that.
going out there, brother.
Just letting you know, I'm letting you inside me, man. I'm letting you inside
Ding,
me.
ding, ding.
you could pull the big GI Joe cord, and he would give you
Yes.
reports.
Yeah, but what about Steve Austin, $6 million
Look in
man?
the back of his head.
Dun, dun,
We'll
dun,
come back.
dun, dun.
We'll let Roger do another TV classic trivia.
Yeah,
We'll,
I'll make it easy. I won't.
we'll talk with Trey a little bit more about his board game. We'll let Jocko. Jocko, you've had enough for rest with your voice. You got to bring it in the next segment.
All right, I'm here.
buddy. Also have Trey Wyatt, a special guest in the studio. Trey Wyatt, who's one of our longtime listeners. He's actually developed a board game called Fossil Find. You go to fossilfindgame.com to see about it.
It's a domino-based board game.
Yes, it was featured. AP Associated Press picked up the article that was in the Pine Bluff Commercial Appeal, and it went all over the world. The article, and I'm going to be honest with you, Trey. I could not. I tried to read what the writer was writing about the directions of the game. I'm lost. I'm not smart enough. I'll have to get it out, and play around with it to know. But it's really nice. It retails for $39. And I guess that's what maybe board games retail for
Well,
these
it says
days.
ages 13 and up, and it'll take about 45 minutes to an hour to play. You know what?
It's a solid, professional-looking
Yes,
game.
it does.
Oh,
yes,
dude. Oh,
Maddie,
you can-
it
you
does.
know what?
$40
It does.
game.
Yes, it's
It
heavy.
smells like it's the package alone
Smells-
costs some money.
wait.
Smells like old board. You know what I'm saying?
Smells like a board game.
It smells like an actual board game.
It smells like paper.
Yes.
If you look on the back too, it's got the board just like you see on Monopoly.
Yeah.
I was going to ask because I know Jocko, I know Joe,
It smells
and
like
Roger. You all have kids. So what would be the board games you had for your kids?
Marty
playing?
Walker Sharp just said one as well that everybody plays. It's a great one. And Big Families Eat, Trivial Pursuit.
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
very big
that was a
one.
big-
But
that
that
was a
didn't
big-
come out until when? The 80s?
Well, about in the 80s,
that
but
was
we're
the
all going
80s.
to start playing Fossil Find now.
You know,
about you?
board games have really come back in
Have
the
they?
last few years, and there's places in Jacksonville and in Little Rock where people go like on nights and Friday nights and stuff, and they play board games. So I wonder if he's in any of these stores yet,
There-
because there's like one in Jacksonville, the game store.
There's some board game cafes,
Exactly.
bars just
Cafe.
around, and I've sent a couple of games to Kansas City.
Oh, very nice.
Des Moines, Iowa, St. Louis,
Dude, that's
What-
pretty awesome.
Austin.
What about for your kids, Joe and Jocko? Did you play any board games with your kids at
I
all?
remember Candyland. a lot.
Candyland.
Yeah, I think Candyland,
Even in the 90s, that's when you were playing.
I had a light bright.
Oh, I remember.
That's
like-
pretty
got my
awesome.
light bright.
You still got your
Yep.
light bright? Dude.
Hey, what about Etch-a-Sketch?
Yeah, I was, you know what? I couldn't do much.
Slinky?
Slinky, we must have gotten the bad Slinky because
It never worked.
Never
It
worked
never
down
worked
the
like the commercial.
No,
It was
no.
going down
like
the
it
stairs.
never went down
Absolutely
the
not.
stairs.
No,
like
of
in
course it
pairs,
did.
you
and
know?
we had stairs.
Yeah, the poor kids
It
were.
goes down one stair and then stops.
Oh, you know
Yes.
what? No, we got them all because they were cheap. So we all got one of them because that's what
Or
Mama
like
could
Egon
afford.
about-
says, we had one, but we straightened it.
Silly putty was the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
That's-
silly putty was big back in
I
the day.
still have silly putty.
Oh, that
You
was
do?
so
I
fun.
still give that away in my kids' stockings, and they're 30 years old.
It is still around. It is.
Yes,
still
I
make it.
do it. Yeah.
Thank you, William.
Trey, thanks for coming up and bringing the Waffle House.
Trey.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you,
Again,
dude.
it's a fossilfindgame.com if you want to find out more information.
Thanks
And
for the kind words inside you wrote on the box, especially.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man, it's pretty awesome.
Joe,
man.
have a great rest
Thank
of the
you,
day.
guys.
Thanks for
Thank
hanging
you,
out as
Joe.
always. We're
Thanks,
gonna
Joe.
try to make this thing up between you and Tommy. It's funny. Tommy's
Yeah.
only taking off the days.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Thursday I come in. No Tommy.
Listen, I told you he was going to figure it out.
Something. I don't know what we did. Maybe
Coming
he
back-
got a roll without butter.
Coming back, we'll have Jocko's going to hang out with us, Rick Martin from Tries to Be White, and I think Christina Munoz. So it's going to be a full 9 o'clock hour. A lot of fun.